You finally find that perfect candidate. The interview was flawless. The resume is exactly what you need. You hand them the keys to a $60,000 company truck and send them to a client's property. 3 days later, you get a call from the police. You just hired someone with a suspended license and a history of theft. And it's all because you wanted to save a few bucks and skip one simple step. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, and wherever you happen to be right now. I'm Mike MVRs, here to help you build a stronger team. Today, we're talking about the final hurdle in the hiring process, background screening. You know, we spend massive amounts of time, energy, and money trying to attract the right people. We optimize our job ads, we train our managers to interview better. We build out these great career paths, but then, right at the finish line, a shocking number of companies skip one of the most basic, fundamental steps of building a team. They skip the background check. Usually, they skip it because it takes too long, or they think it costs too much money, or they're just eager, right? They like the person sitting across from them, and they want them to get started on Monday. But skipping this step is an unforced error, right? It's like running a marathon and quitting in the last 10 yards, and it's one of the most dangerous, costly mistakes a leader can make. So let's break down exactly why background screening is no longer optional, why the return on investment is massive, and how to do it right. First is peace of mind. You know, peace of mind is cheaper than you think. As business owners and leaders, we carry a lot of risk every single day. We worry about workplace safety. We worry about our reputation in the community. We worry about turnover, margins, and profitability. When you hire someone, you're making a massive transfer of trust. You're trusting them with your brand. You're trusting them with your expensive equipment. You're trusting them around your customers. And most importantly, you're trusting them around your other employees. A background check buys you peace of mind. And frankly, the cost to value ratio is absolutely insane. A solid background check is incredibly inexpensive. We're talking about the cost of a decent lunch here. Now, think about the cost of a bad hire. A bad hire can cost you thousands of dollars in lost productivity. They can wreck a company vehicle. They can steal materials or client data. They can destroy a major client relationship that took you and your team years to build. They can even cost you a massive lawsuit for negligent hiring. Compared to that nightmare scenario, spending a few bucks on a background screen is the absolute cheapest insurance policy you'll ever buy in your life. It's a no-brainer, right? You do not gamble your company's future to save a few dollars. Next, trust your gut but verify the facts. I talk a lot about building a culture of trust. You want to trust your team, you want to trust your hiring managers, but true operational trust has to start with the truth. In an interview, people are putting their absolute best foot forward. They're polished. They're telling you exactly what you want to hear. They give a great handshake and they look you in the eye, and your gut tells you they're a great fit. And most of the time, they're being honest, but sometimes they're not. People embellish. People hide things. It's just human nature. Someone might seem like a totally stand-up person, but the data might show a recent history of severe fraud. Running a background check doesn't mean you assume the worst in people. It just means you verify the facts. It establishes a baseline of truth. It levels the playing field. It ensures that the person you think you're hiring is actually the person you're hiring. Your gut is a great tool, but data is better. You need both. The speed myth in hiring. I hear this excuse all the time from hiring managers. They'll tell me, Mike, the job market is too tight right now. Candidates have multiple offers. If I wait for a background check to clear, this candidate will take another job. I gotta move fast. And that's completely a myth. Modern background screening is incredibly fast. It doesn't take weeks anymore. And in most cases, it takes a day or two. So here's the reality. You can still move fast. You simply make the job offer contingent on successfully passing the background check. You shake their hand, you lock in the candidate, and you start the onboarding paperwork. You get their uniform sizes, and you run the screen in the background. Easy peasy. Furthermore, if a candidate cannot wait 24 to 48 hours for you to run a standard business check, that's a massive red flag, right? What are they running from? Why are they so desperate to bypass a standard professional procedure? Fast hiring is a great thing. Careless hiring is a disaster. You can move quickly without moving blindly. Do not let the pressure of an open position force you into making a reckless decision. So what are we actually looking for? When we talk about background checks, people usually just think about criminal history, and yes, that is a huge part of it, but a good screening process looks at the whole picture. Take motor vehicle records, or MVRs. In the service industries like landscaping, lawn care, plumbing, or HVAC, your employees are driving your trucks. A bad driving record is a massive liability. If you hire someone with multiple DUIs or a suspended driver's license, and you put them behind the wheel of a heavy-duty truck pulling a trailer, you're asking for a lawsuit that could literally bankrupt your company. You have to check the MVR. You have to know who's driving your rolling billboards. Then there's the employment verification. Did they actually work where they said they worked? Did they hold the title they claimed? It's a simple check of integrity, right? And regarding criminal records, let me be very clear. Having a record doesn't automatically mean someone is unhireable. Many companies successfully hire people who've made mistakes in the past and are looking for a second chance. But as a leader, you need to know what you're dealing with so you can make an informed decision. You want to make sure the offense doesn't directly conflict with the duties of the job. You simply can't have someone with a history of violent theft working inside a client's home. You want no surprises. We're talking about protecting the team you already have. This is the part most leaders miss completely, right? Background screening isn't just about protecting the company's bottom line. It's about protecting your current employees. Your top performers want to work in a safe, professional, reliable environment. A players want to work with other A players. They want to know the person working next to them on the crew or sitting next to them in the office is trustworthy. If you bring someone onto the team who is toxic, dangerous, or dishonest, your best people will notice immediately. And they will blame you for letting it happen. They will lose respect for your leadership, and they might even quit. When you implement a consistent, non-negotiable screening process, you send a very clear message to your existing team. You're telling them, hey, we care about who we let into this building. You're fiercely protecting the culture you worked so hard to build. Great employees respect high standards. Background checks prove that your standards actually mean something. Recruiting issues are leadership issues, right? At BR1, we firmly believe that recruiting issues are almost always leadership and culture issues. How you hire sets the baseline tone for how you manage. If you're sloppy in your hiring process, you're going to be sloppy in your operations. If you cut corners before someone even starts day one, they're going to immediately know that cutting corners is acceptable at your company. Background screening is simply a leadership standard. It proves that you refuse to lower the bar out of desperation. It proves that you value your team, your brand, and your clients enough to do your actual due diligence. It's not just an annoying HR paperwork exercise. It's a fundamental leadership decision to protect the house. If you don't have a standard screening process in place right now, you're playing Russian roulette with your business. It's only a matter of time before it catches up to you. So what's your next step? Building a strong team means having a hiring process you can trust from start to finish. You need real data, not just a gut feeling. That's exactly why we launched our new background screening service here at BR1. We know you're tired of dealing with faceless tech companies that hand you a login, stick you with a chatbot, and leave you on your own. That's not how we operate. We built this to be a partner, not a platform. When you run a background check, an MVR, or a drug screen with us, you get fast, affordable data backed by actual human support. We're people who understand hiring, culture, and risk. Plus, there's absolutely zero setup fees and zero monthly minimums. You need to know who you're hiring, and we've got your back. Let us be your one resource for a stronger team. Head over to businessresources1.com to get started. The link is right in the show notes. Stop guessing, start verifying, and protect the culture you've worked so hard to build. Until next time, keep building your stronger team.